Has Johnny Depp just orchestrated the most stunning resurrection in modern celebrity history? After a brutal public exile that would have permanently shattered any other star, he didn't just reappear, he reemerged on his own terms, in the one place that values image above all else, Paris Fashion Week. His return, after a staggering 30-year absence, wasn't merely a visit. It was a coronation, a meticulously calculated power play that tells a shocking story of corporate defiance, unwavering public loyalty, and a brand that simply became too powerful, too profitable to ever be truly canceled. This wasn't a comeback. It was a hostile takeover of his own narrative. To understand the seismic impact of this moment, you have to travel back in time to a different world. The last time Johnny Depp graced Paris Fashion Week, he was the undisputed king of 90s counterculture cool. With the ethereal supermodel Kate Moss on his arm, they were less a couple and more a cultural phenomenon. Their presence was electric, a whirlwind of cigarette smoke, whispered secrets, and a rebellious energy that defined an era. They were the beautiful and the DM-end, and the fashion world worshipped them for it. But that Johnny Depp, the wild-eyed boy king, is a ghost. The decades that followed saw him transform into a global superstar, a character actor trapped in a leading man's body, before descending into a personal and legal firestorm that was broadcast to the entire world, designed to be his final public execution. And yet, there he was, back where it all began. While the towering gates of Hollywood slammed shut, branding him a pariah, one global giant did the unthinkable. They held the line. The House of Dior, a bastion of timeless elegance, refused to buckle. Since 2015, Depp has been the face of their wildly successful men's fragrance, Sauvage. As accusations surfaced and the controversy reached a fever pitch, the pressure on Dior to sever ties was immense. Pundits screamed, networks debated, and social media mobs demanded he be dropped. But Dior's response was a deafening silence. Not only did they refuse to cut him loose, they reportedly saw sales of Sauvage explode. It turned out that for every person demanding he be cancelled, there were 10 more buying a bottle in a show of support. Dior hadn't just stumbled upon a marketing anomaly. They had discovered a new truth about modern fame. The public, not the studios, now decides who survives. This unwavering corporate loyalty culminated in a move that left the industry speechless. In 2023, with the dust from his legal battles still settling, Dior re-signed Depp. But this wasn't a quiet extension. It was a history-making declaration. The new contract was for a mind-boggling sum of over $20 million, officially making it the largest, most lucrative men's fragrance deal ever signed. Think about that. At his lowest professional point, when he was deemed radioactive by film producers, he became the highest-paid fragrance ambassador on the planet. This wasn't just a paycheck. It was Dior planting their flag, a stunning validation that sent a clear message to the world. Johnny Depp was not just their guy. He was their king. His triumphant return to Paris for the Dior Spring/Summer 2026 show was, therefore, dripping with symbolism. It was the first time he had attended one of their presentations since becoming the face of their brand. The journey from a Virginia courtroom, a place of grim, fluorescent-lit humiliation, to the front row of the most exclusive runway show in the world is almost too cinematic to be believed. It represents a monumental power shift. The televised spectacle, which was intended to be his final downfall, had the opposite effect. It created a fiercely loyal digital army that followed his every move, defending him with a passion that terrified the old guard media. He had turned a public crucifixion into a global platform, and Dior had been watching the entire time, dressed in a masterfully tailored gray double-breasted coat, a signature fedora, and tinted sunglasses that kept the world at a distance. Depp was the picture of control. This was not the flamboyant, scarf-draped pirate of the past. This was a new iteration. Depp, the elder statesman of cool. Quiet, observant, and exuding an aura of hard-won peace. Every gesture, from the slight tip of his hat to his gracious smiles for the cameras, seemed deliberate. It begs the question, is this a genuinely transformed man, forged in the fires of public condemnation? Or are we witnessing the birth of a new, more powerful brand, a carefully managed icon who has learned to play the game better than anyone else? The ultimate irony is that while the world of high fashion treats him like royalty, Hollywood remains deeply conflicted. His grand return to cinema, the French-language film Jeanne du Barry, opened the prestigious Cannes Film Festival to a 7-minute standing ovation. In Europe, he is celebrated as a persecuted artist, a rebel who fought the system and won. Yet, in America, the major studios are still treading carefully. The silence from the big franchises is deafening. This stark contrast reveals a fascinating cultural divide. Is Hollywood still terrified of the social media backlash, operating under a code of moral purity that Europe dismisses? Or are they simply waiting for the right moment to welcome their prodigal son back into the fold? But maybe, just maybe, Johnny Depp doesn't need Hollywood anymore. While they were debating his fate, he was busy building a new empire, one that he controls completely. His debut art collection, Friends and Heroes, sold out in a matter of hours, netting him millions and proving he has a direct line to a fan base that will buy whatever he's selling. His musical career with the Hollywood Vampires, alongside legends like Alice Cooper and Joe Perry, is not a vanity project. It's a global touring machine that plays to sold-out arenas. He has diversified, creating a fortress of financial and creative independence. He is ensuring that no studio, no producer, no executive can ever hold his career hostage again. Even so, the whispers of vulnerability remain, a reminder of the human cost of his long war. Reports of a painful ankle injury that forced his band to postpone tour dates sent ripples of concern through his fan base. Years of intense stress, public scrutiny, and a notoriously rock and roll lifestyle have clearly taken their toll. These moments of fragility are crucial to his story. They cut through the larger-than-life persona and reveal the man underneath, a man who has faced down his demons, both public and private, and is still standing, albeit with a few scars to show for it. Throughout this entire saga, his children have been forced to navigate their own lives under the glare of an inescapable public microscope. His daughter, Lily Rose, herself a successful actress and the face of Chanel, has been in an impossible position, facing criticism for both speaking up and staying silent. Her journey runs in a fascinating parallel to her father's, a young woman forging her own path in the same unforgiving worlds of film and fashion. His son Jack has chosen a different route, remaining fiercely private and shunning the spotlight entirely, a powerful statement in itself about the true price of fame. Ultimately, what does this grand return to Paris truly mean? It was a masterclass in narrative control. Johnny Depp has become a living, breathing paradox, a Hollywood outcast who is a global fashion icon, an American exile celebrated as a European hero. He harnessed the power of a digital groundswell that the old media couldn't comprehend and was backed by a corporate giant who understood that in the modern world, controversy, when attached to a beloved figure, doesn't kill a brand, it makes it stronger. The question is no longer whether Johnny Depp can make a comeback. He already has. The real question is, now that he's rewritten all the rules, what in the world will he do next?